So today I want to talk to you about what you hear and how it may not be what you think you hear.
Every moment is a teachable moment.
A lot of times I'll have a student that will talk to me and say, the specs were to sound conversational, like I was talking to my friend. But when I listen to these spots online or on TV or in commercials or however I'm hearing these spots, I don't hear that. You know what? There's a lot of potential reasons for that. Number one, could be that you're new to the industry and you haven't really developed your ear yet. Developing an ear tends to take a little bit of time. It's not something that you can develop overnight. And a lot of times when you're listening to something, you're also watching video and you're also hearing music or sound effects underneath. And that can also have a big effect on how you interpret the sound or the voice that is voicing that spot. There are also times when that spot may absolutely sound announcery because somebody has directed the voice talent to be announcery. Even more confusing sometimes is when there is the voiceover that is just on the edge of being a little bit salesy, a little bit announcery, but maybe just has a lot of energy and is super excited. So there's a big difference between, oh my God, I'm so excited about this, or, oh my God, I am so excited for this. One of them is more clearly announcery than the other. And so you really have to try to listen with a very critical ear. And actually, it's something that you can do on a day-to-day basis. You can get better and acquire an ear and have a better ear by just listening to commercials, listening to YouTube spots, listening to voice talent in auditions if you can. Just listen and really try to discern if that particular voiceover sounds authentic, sounds believable. Casting directors and agents want to hear that audition so that it can really showcase your acting. And I've said this multiple times before, it really comes down to these days that you can showcase your acting in an audition. Now, once you book the job and you get that audition, then it's a whole different story on who might be directing you on any given day and what they want to hear or what they hear in their head as being acceptable for the directed session. It can be whatever you provide to the person as final audio. And I always like to give my clients a couple of different takes and let them choose. And especially if it's not a long if it's not long format narration, I'm happy to provide a couple of different takes so that they have a lot of options to choose from. Make sure next time that when you go and you listen to a commercial, let's say on television or on the radio or in a YouTube channel, that you're really listening for the storyline, listening for the acting, and not necessarily having all the other things come into consideration, like the music and the video that makes it sound very commercially or very announcery or very narratory. Believe it or not, I always like to say it sounds like a really nice read. And that's really not authentic. It's not how we talk to one another or communicate to one another. For me and for all my students, I like to tell them to always go for the authentic, the believable, the one that can really showcase that you are a storyteller. Go for that take first. And typically that take is that real person read, unless the casting specs say something different. For more performance tips, make sure to check out my videos here. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I'll see you next time.